What a ragtag collection this looks like. Holy crap. This is like a mess of NES games. Hey everybody, welcome to another one of these awesome collection videos by yours truly, The Funky G. Wow, I have a lot of NES games. Yeah, this is my NES collection. As you can see, I have it all flipped around so you can't see any of the labels because everything's going to be a surprise. But man, what a ragtag bunch of shit. I have a lot of dust sleeves. I got a few plastic cases, as you can see up there. And, yeah. There's a reason why I have this all mixed up, by the way. Let me explain myself. The reason why it's not just mixed, separated by dust covers and not. I actually haven't really sorted out the dust covers and which games have dust covers. It's just random at this point. The point is, I have 4 stacks here. There's 4 distinct points in time in which I have accumulated most of these NES games. Now, the first one is your furthest to the right, which is closest to you, and we're going to start here. These are the NES games I grew up with, whether we owned them or borrowed them, or I had to get a new copy later. These are the ones I grew up with right here. Boom. There they are. This first stack. Now, the second stack, this stack right here, these are games that were given to my brother when I was younger by his friend. Oh, this whole stack, yes, from there to there. That is a stack of games that was given to him by his friend. So that basically doubled our collection, as you can see. That doubled it. And I had those games. We had all those games all throughout my childhood because he gave it to when I was really gave those to us when I was really young. And yeah, so we've had this big ass NES collection. Now, later in life, there you see the rest. Oh wait. That stack and actually those 3 plastic ones are all from the same thing. Everything under these plastic ones from here down, that is the short stack that my cousin gave me. That some of them are ones that we grew up with and I played at my cousin's house, and others are ones he got later. Those are basically the NES games he gave me later when he was basically giving me the rest of his collection. And then last but not least, we have the stack of games which I've obtained later in life, within the last couple years of my life, actually. Most of them I bought myself, whether at a game shop or eBay or wherever the hell I bought them. I'll try to remember as I go through them. But anyway, that's how they're kind of broken up. So let's stop talking about it because this is going to be a long-ass video if I talk too much about every single goddamn thing. So let's get it started with one of my favorite games growing up to play with friends especially. Let's make sure I got this fucking thing in focus. Baseball Simulator 1000. One of the best baseball video games I ever played, at least from this era, especially back on the NES. I should probably hold these in the light so you can see them better. I don't know how clear I'm going to be able to focus on some of these, but anyway, Baseball Simulator 1000, one of my favorite baseball games I ever played. Me and one of my friends used to play this all the time. Gets super competitive. It's really cool because you get superpowers and stuff when you're hitting the ball and catching the ball and pitching the ball. It's pretty fucking fun. Highly recommended if anybody likes baseball, or even if you just like a competitive game on NES. Sorry if that looks blurry, but I feel like we're going to have an issue with blur in this video. All right, another one we grew up with. California Games. Oh, man. A lot of people say this game sucks, but okay, it kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. But growing up with it, it was one of our few games that we actually owned. I've had this as my actual original copy from when we were growing up. If it would come into focus, Jesus. Where do I have to go to focus it, man? That's sorry if this is not going to be very in focus. Wow, there it goes. California Games. Yeah, nice little assortment. There's only five mini games. Skateboarding, skating, roller skating, surfing, footbag, and what am I forgetting? On BMX. So there's only 5, yeah. Oh no, frisbee. So 6. Is that all of them? Let me try and forget one. Yeah, I think that's right. 6 games. Is there more than that? It's going to bother me if I'm forgetting one. But anyway, you get the point. It's California Games. It's fun, but it also is very limited. It can get boring quick. Not a great game, but a lot of people say it sucks, but I enjoyed it as a child. Another game that we grew up with, RC Pro-Am. Just a nice little racing game with a ton of tracks that pretty much just keep starting to repeat after you keep getting further into it. It's actually not too hard of a racing game to get into. One of those isometric type of top-down type of views. And it's not too bad. The controls are actually really good. Really good. And it's actually made by Rare. If I can get it on the camera, right? If I can zoom in or whatever. If I can get it to focus. No, it's not going to focus. All right, well, there you go. Made by Rare, LTD. Yep, one of those early games made by Rare. Okay, let's move on. Another one. Actually, no, I think I did. I don't remember. I don't remember if my brother's friend gave us this game or if my brother bought this game. Anyway, this is Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf. It's a golf game. Not really much else I need to say. I did play it a lot, but yeah. Alright, next one we have here, and I'm going to have to take these disc sleeves off if you want to see the cool covers, is Pinball! This one was fun. I think I remember renting this one originally, and then eventually we got our own copy. It's not a very rare game. It's a pretty common game. It's fun, though. It's freaking pinball. I mean, what else do you need? There's a few twerks and quirks to the game, but it's just pinball. Speaking of simple games, everybody knows this one. It's freaking Tetris, yeah. This was my first experience with Tetris. I actually didn't ever play it on the Game Boy originally because I didn't have one myself. My brother did, but I played it on NES, and Tetris is pretty freaking sweet. Everyone knows Tetris, no need to explain. But does everyone know Tetris 2? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tetris 2. What can I say? It's like a mixture of Tetris with Dr. Mario. That's the best explanation I can give you, because you get the Tetris pieces, you put them in there like Tetris, but you have like blocks that sit there in your way, and you have to like basically get rid of them. The first one to clear all the blocks wins, and that's very similar to Dr. Mario, where you have to clear all the viruses. So it's like a mixture of both, and it's pretty damn fun. It's really good, and it's just called Tetris 2. What else can I say? And next we have one that we really grew up with, and I actually was missing this game for a long time, is Sesame Street ABC, Let Her Go Round. Okay, this is literally a learning game from Sesame Street. If it'll come into focus. I actually didn't have, we had this game as a child, and then I think I let my cousin borrow it, and I had a little cousin, so she could play it, and they kind of just had it as part of their NES collection for a long time, and I finally got this back several years ago. So here it is, a game I grew up with. Definitely remember it. It's not a great game. It's just a learning ABC thing. Apparently there's some codes in the fucking slip cover thing. Sorry, I dropped something. All right, next thing we have. Oh, I actually had this game for a long time. WrestleMania Challenge. Now, this game was actually bought by my mother way later, after the NES has lost popularity, and I had kind of already moved on to like the Sega Genesis and stuff. But she bought this at a flea market and was like, "Hey, it's wrestling. You like wrestling? Here's a wrestling game." She meant well, but this game kind of sucks. It really does. It's not a great game. It's a wrestling game, and it's from NES. How good could it possibly be? Pretty much all the wrestling games from NES era are kind of meh at best. Anyway, next game we have here. This is one of the last games I got on the NES back in the day. Yoshi. Nice little puzzle game, just, similar to Tetris or Dr. Mario. This one's called Yoshi. It's got these blocks. You got to match them up, clear out the rows, blah, blah, blah. It's not bad. It's not bad. I actually had a lot of fun with it. I like it because it's fast-paced. Fast-paced Yoshi. All right. Next up on our list, we have Jackal. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite games. I actually lost my copy somewhere along the way, so I actually had to buy this one recently. So yeah, even though it probably belongs in this stack as a game I bought recently, it definitely is one I grew up with, and I don't know what happened to our copy. Maybe my cousin had it, and I didn't realize, thinking I had my own copy still, but I went back and looked, and I don't have one. So I bought a new one. It wasn't expensive. Anyway, Jackal, great co-op game. There's plenty of YouTube videos that people have done of it. I've actually been tempted to play it myself on YouTube just because I like it so much. It's one of my favorite ones growing up. The music in it kicks ass, too. One of my favorite soundtracks from the NES. Alright, so, Punch-Out! Oh my god, I love this game, too. It's so fucking balls hard. This is another one I've been tempted to play for you guys as well. Going through these NES games is really making me want to play a lot of them, and I probably will just because I love NES, and I occasionally come back to these games, but Punch-Out is one of those ones I always come back to. I love it a lot. I actually don't have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is the regular Punch-Out that has Mr. Dream instead of Mike Tyson. Anyway, very tough. I've actually never beaten Punch-Out. I've only been as far as Super Macho Man, and, no, wait. Have I beaten Super Macho Man? Yeah, no, I think I've, no, I haven't been past Super Macho Man. I think that's as far as I've been. Alright, anyway. Punch-Out. Great game. Love it. It's good stuff. Alright, next game we have here. Oh my god, you guys are going to fucking tear me apart for this one. Look at this cover. It's all fucked up. I'm sorry. This is Dragon Warrior. Yes, you can tell this is old, and this is actually our original copy. Because I remember the time. I have a story about this one. You see this X that's all scribbled on there? Well, my brother put that X on there because one time when we were kids, he made like a little scavenger hunt thing for me. And I guess he put that X on there as like the X marks the spot type of thing. I can't exactly remember what I was scavenger hunting for, but this was part of the scavenger hunt, and yeah, that's why there's the big X on it. And that's fun. It's interesting that I have this, that I still have this copy of the game. But anyways, as for the game, it's one of the earliest RPGs on the NES, and I have to say, it's pretty damn good. It's a very grind-fest of a game, but for RPG in that time period, it's actually one of the best. I've never played the other ones. There's actually Dragon Warrior 2, 3, 4, all on NES. I've never played the other three, but this one was good place to start from, for sure. For sure. Alright, now we're going to get to the big name ones I know you've all been expecting, for ones that people always grow up with, because everyone played these games, or at least most of them. First of all, let's kick it off with the most common game on the NES, Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. So that means, yes, I do have the, I don't know, is it called a light gun? The Wii, what's it called? The NES Zapper? I don't even know. Either way, I have the NES gun. And this is one of the games we played the most, I would say, because obviously it's Mario, and Mario's always awesome, and Duck Hunt, well, it's just a good time. It's just a good time shooting ducks. How can you go wrong? How can you possibly go wrong? Alright, and you should probably see where I'm going with this. Super Mario Bros. 2, another one we grew up with. Great game. Obviously, it's very, very stark contrast. Everyone knows about Mario. I'm not going to go too deep into this. But here's Super Mario Bros. 2. And of course, the best of all, Super Mario Bros. 3, baby. Yes, the best Mario game of all time, in my opinion. Obviously, people have their own opinions. This one is my favorite. I would say top three of, like, if people all said their favorite Mario games of all time, you'd probably see Mario 3, you'd probably see Super Mario World, and maybe one of the Super Mario Galaxy games, I would guess. Maybe Super Mario 64, maybe? I don't know. But this is the best one, in my opinion. It's just so good. Every world is very unique. Every stage, I won't say every stage, but a lot of the stages, especially later in the game, are pretty challenging. It's not super difficult of a game if you're decent platforming, got decent platformer skills. It's just all around good times. It's all around good times. This is definitely one you will see on my channel eventually. Like me playing the game, it's gonna happen. It's one of my favorite games. It's top 5 favorite game all time. Yes, it's up there. Okay, so the last 3. Yes, here we go. We have the golden cartridge. Oh my god, it's filthy. I didn't even realize how filthy it was, but on camera, holy crap. It's Adventure of Link, which is Zelda 2. Where's Zelda 1, you ask? Well, as a child, we did not own Zelda 1. I had to borrow it or rent it. I don't remember. I think my brother just borrowed it from a friend. We'll get to the original one, don't worry. It's not like I don't have the original one. But like I said, we're going through the original collection that we owned. And this is the one we owned. And that's it. You can tell by how filthy this cartridge is. My god. I'm not proud of that. Not proud of that at all. But it is what it is. And last but not least, my first 2 NES games that me personally owned that were not my brother's first. First of all being, because this was my shit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. My fucking shit right here. And if you listen, I shake it around, you don't hear any rattling. Well, that's because I fixed that shit. I don't know if I told the story. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did. I played this game twice on my channel, actually. I did a Let's Play back in the beginning. It was like one of my first few games I played. And I also played it as a one-off Wednesday to kind of recapture that awesomeness that I had on the Let's Play, but, you know, updated and a little more cleaner. But to play it, I actually, like this actual cartridge, I had to fix it. The inside was all rattly and fucked up. It turned out one of the little plastic things that holds the cartridge still was loose, and it broke. And actually, the cart inside was sliding inside of the case, so I had to go in there and reset it and screw it back in and all that. Hey, but hey, it works 100% fine now. It's like a brand new copy of fucking TMNT3. One of my favorites, man. And I was a big Turtles fan as a child, so it was a no-brainer for my mom and dad to buy me that one. They didn't actually buy me the first 2, but we'll get to those. We'll get to those. Oh, don't get your hand in the way, bro. All right, last but not least, my favorite game on the NES, by far. And the first NES game I owned was Mega Man Tizzle. Dude, Mega Man 2. What is there to say? Another game that I've played on my channel already. My first ever Let's Play. I did a one-off Wednesday to recapture that Let's Play. I mean, just Mega Man 2 is so good, I don't even need to say anything about it. It may not be the hardest. In fact, it's probably the easiest of the NES Mega Mans. But who cares? It's still the fucking badassest. It has the best music of all of them, too. For real, though, what more needs to be said? It's one of the best games of all time. Period. End of story. Moving on to the next stack. Okay. So the next stack we have here, like I said, is the stack of games that my brother's friend gave us when I was still a kid. He was a little older than I was. My brother being a lot older than me. Point is, here we go. First game, one of the most obscure games I've ever played in my life, the Caveman games. What the fuck is this game? It is one of the most silly, ridiculous, hard-to-control games I've ever played in my life. It's like a take on the California games, but with cavemen, and it's actually hilarious. I recommend playing this just once or twice. Just once to learn to see it and laugh at it, maybe twice if you want to try and get good at it, but it really isn't much of a long play. It's a silly game. It's fun, but I don't highly recommend this one. I never even had heard of it when my brother's friend gave it to us, so yeah. All right, next one we have is, what do we got here? We got Circus Caper. Okay, so this one, I don't remember. A lot of these ones in this stack are obscure ones that I never had even heard of, mostly when I had gotten them. I don't have a lot to say about this one. I haven't played it much, but it's kind of a weird one. I think it's like a platformy kind of adventure game. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about this one. I haven't played it much, so I'll just leave that as my couple word review, and we'll move on to the next one, huh? Next thing we have, I should have just took all these out of the slipcovers. I didn't realize it was going to be such a pain in the ass. Astyanax or Astyanax. Another one that I've seen played more than I've actually played it myself. It's like a dude walking around with an axe, smacking creatures and saving a princess, I'm pretty sure. So that's all I really have to say about that. I haven't played it much myself. But there it is, Astyanax or Astyanax. You pronounce it, I'll just walk away and move on to the next game. I don't know how to fucking pronounce. A lot of the NES games are hard to pronounce. Alright, this one, another one that kind of sucks ass, but I've actually seen this one played again. Deadly Towers. I know this is another one of those ones that I haven't actually played much myself. Seen it played. It's not very interesting. Most things about it kind of suck. Angry Video Game Nerd did a review on that one. It was one of those ones where he let the fans actually come up with his words, and it was, yeah, not a lot of fans had a lot of good things to say about that one. I can tell you that much. Not a great game. Alright, next game we have here is one I actually have no idea what it is. Oh, shit. I almost dropped my phone. 8 Eyes. It is, it's called 8 Eyes. That's all I can tell you. I got nothing else to say. It's called 8 Eyes. It's one of those ones I probably tried back in the day, but I have no idea what the fuck it is. It's one I probably should try. It's probably one I should try so I can have more to say about it. Hey, this is another one I know nothing about. Captain Skyhawk. I actually don't know what this one's about either. I'm not sure if this is a shmup game or if it's like Top Gun, where it's like first-person shooting. I'm not sure. Another one I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. I'm actually kind of sad that I don't know what some of these are. I'm almost tempted to play some of these later just so I can fucking remember what they are. Oh, this one I remember. City Connection. This one is a interesting little platformy type game. I seem to recall you're just a little car going back and forth on these roads, and there's different levels of the roads that are like you jump up and down to the different levels. Kind of reminds me of... Oh, there's another game that's like this. I can't seem to recall the name at this moment in time. But anyway, it's one of those like where the screen just kind of scrolls over and over again. Like if you go to the edge of the screen, you end up on the left side of the screen. It kind of just keeps scrolling over and over again. I think it was just like about getting high score, or defeating all the enemies, or something. And it has like stages and stuff. It's kind of a weird platformy type game. Anyway, here we go. Continuing on to let's get some more of these movie licensed games, which there's a ton of them on NES. RoboCop 2. This one kind of sucks also. I believe Angry Video Game Nerd covered it in his RoboCop video. He did do a RoboCop video, right? I thought he did. I know he did a Terminator one, but I don't remember if he did a RoboCop one. Anyway, RoboCop 2. It's an NES game. It kind of sucks. Most of the movie license games kind of suck. There's no getting around it. at least on NES. Well, actually, movie license game in general, usually not very good. Let's move on, shall we, to something else. Something less sucky, but still kind of not great. Is Bart Simpson versus the World. I actually thought I had Bart Simpson and the Space Mutants versus the Space Mutants, but no, this is the one I have. This one, not a great game. You basically just go to different countries in the world and defeat different descendants of Montgomery Burns, and that's pretty much the whole game. It's like Turtles in Time, but with Bart Simpson, and nowhere near as good. All right, next we have one that everyone should know at this point, at least from the NES era, is Friday the 13th. Everyone knows what Friday the 13th is, whether you know the NES game or the movies. You're running around a camp as the counselors. You got to kill Jason. He's trying to kill you. It's kind of hard as shit because of the way the fucking gameplay laid out. I've done a one-off Wednesday of this. The Nerd has covered it. It's an LGN game. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it sucks ass. Okay, moving on to another game. I've actually done a one-off Wednesday of this one as well. Gremlins 2. Now, this one, when I got it as a child, I was like, who the fuck makes a freaking video game of Gremlins 2? What is the Gremlins 1 video game? Now, if there is a Gremlins 1 video game, I don't know. But the Gremlins 2 video game, needless to say, is actually a pretty damn good game. I actually did a one-off Wednesday of it last year, and it ended up being a way better game than I had recalled. And it shouldn't surprise me because it was made by Sunsoft. Sunsoft makes some pretty good games from back in the day. So, colored me impressed. This is actually one of those movie license games that's pretty decent. Pretty darn decent. Very good platformer game, to be perfectly honest. Nice little action platforming going on. Wow, we have a long way to go. This might be a long video, guys. Alright, another one I'm not too familiar with, but I have heard that it's pretty good. Guardian Legend, or The Guardian Legend. This is one I actually haven't played much myself. But I have heard, and I've seen it on Top 10 Hidden Gems on NES. So I'm like, oh, I have that game. Is it really that good? And I've yet to come back to it to see if it really is that good. And eventually I probably will. It's just one of those ones I just haven't gotten around to playing much yet. But I've heard good things, and I will probably play it someday. Along with many of these other games I have on this stack. Man, this stack is a lot of games. Alright. Next up, we got, here's a good one. Dr. Mario. Everyone knows Dr. Mario. I've talked about it twice already in this video. Pretty good puzzle game. Never owned it as a child. Well, we didn't own it ourselves. This is one of the ones my brother's friend gave to us, so there it is. Dr. Mario. Alright, next game. Turtles. TMNT Turtles. Okay, so this one I have to explain a little bit. Obviously, I talked about how I had Turtles 3. I didn't have 1 or 2. Here's 1. This is Turtles TMNT Original. This one is before they turned it into a beat-em-up game, which was Turtles 2, 3, and 4, Turtles in Time and stuff. All of those became beat-em-up games. But this one was actually a platformer action game. And it's actually not a bad game. It's just really, really, really hard. And I actually played this one a lot as a kid because my cousin had it, but I never owned it myself. But man, is it hard. And when I played TMNT 3, which is actually the one I played this first, actually, and then I played TMNT 3. And I liked TMNT 3 so much better at the time, especially since I didn't suck as badly at it, that I just completely had forgotten about this one. This game is really, really hard, and I've never beaten it myself. I've only gotten as far as to the Technodrome. I've never gotten through the Technodrome. It's too hard. It's too hard. And I didn't even get to the Technodrome as a kid. I got to the Technodrome way later. Anyway, so as you probably can imagine, TMNT 1, of course. The next thing we have, TMNT 2, the arcade game. And this is when they started doing the beat-em-up style. And there is actually TMNT, the arcade game. This is actually that game, but just redone into the NES form. And I would say this version of it is probably... I'm trying to compare it to the actual arcade game, which I have played. This is better, I think. I don't know. I think I like it better. But arcade games were kind of bullshit back in the day. They ate your quarters up on purpose, I swear. So that's probably why the NES one I liked it better, because you could fucking continue and put codes in and cheat and shit. But anyways, let's get to the rest of these last few games I got from my brother's friend. Double Dragon 2. Yes, I do not have Double Dragon 1. I'll just say that now. The rest of these games does not contain Double Dragon 1. This is Double Dragon 2. I don't know why he doesn't give me Double Dragon 1, or why he didn't have Double Dragon 1, but here's Double Dragon 2. Pretty damn good game. It's better than Double Dragon 1, so I'm okay with having this one instead. Beat 'em up style, good times. I don't think I've ever actually beaten it, but it's good times. Anyway, because I got Double Dragon 2, he also hooked us up. Oh, dropped the case. Double Dragon 3. This one, not as good. Way harder. Yeah, Double Dragon 2 is just better. If you pick the first 3 Double Dragon games, I would pick number 2. The third one, not as good. Not as good. Very difficult game. Alright, last but not least, we have the 2 best games that he gave me. Well, best. That's subjective. But one of the 2 best, definitely, 100%, is Castlevania. A great freaking game. Everyone knows Castlevania. I don't need to explain it. One of the best NES titles. Very hard game if you're not very astute at getting good at controls and timing and learning your stages and all that kind of stuff. One of the toughest games around that people know, especially on the NES days. Highly recommended, though. I actually beat this game recently for my first time, and it was really fucking gratifying. I was so excited to beat it for the first time. But yeah, Castlevania, fucking awesome game. Fucking awesome game. Alright, last but not least, we have the hardest game ever made. Ever. Not true. Battletoads. Holy crap. I mean, I loved this game when I played it, but it was so hard. I wanted to, I liked it like I liked Turtles. That's how much I liked it. But it was so hard. As a kid, I could not beat the light cycle part. I guess it's called light cycle. I don't know. The fucking, Turbo Tunnel. That's what it's called. Turbo Tunnel. I couldn't beat Turbo Tunnel to save my goddamn life as a child. Later in life, as I'm closer to an adult, I actually beat the Turbo Tunnel, but once you get past that, it doesn't actually get easier from there. It gets fucking harder, so, yeah. Never beat this game, needless to say. Not even with codes. I tried with codes, and it was just like, come on, man. Come on. Okay, so we're almost done with the games my brother's friend gave me, but let's get to the ones in the cases, because these are the last 3 that he gave us. And these ones are interesting because they came in a plastic case that when he gave them to me. I guess he got them from like a rental store. Usually if you see NES games in these cases, they came from a rental store. Like if you look at it, we'll go ahead and just leave it in the case because you can see it. This is called Rescue the Embassy Mission. This is a random-ass game. I actually don't even know what kind of game it is. But yeah, if you see, you would see this on the shelf like that. You'd get a description of the game on the back. I mean, look at that shit, dude. That's some old 90s shit right there. Oh, yeah. 80s/90s. Good times. Good times. I'm just going to leave that right there. Next one we have up here is... Can you see it? It says Pro Wrestling. Oh, my God. It's one of the... Oh, this one doesn't have a label. Wow, that's interesting. But it does have the description on the back. Pro Wrestling. Basic wrestling moves and hints and techniques. Everything you would need instead of having the freaking booklet for the game. Anyway, it's the generic pro wrestling game. Oh, shit. Generic pro wrestling game. It, oops, that's upside down. Generic pro... Man, sorry, I'm losing my handle here. Generic pro wrestling game, if you see it, has, like, the generic label of NES. That generic NES logo and label and font that a lot of the early NES games had. Alright, last but not least, the last plastic game is, everyone's been waiting for this, Legend of Zelda. I take it out, but you can tell, right? It's the gold cartridge. I'm sorry if it doesn't come in very clearly. It's fucking gold as shit, and there's the glare. But, as you can see, it has the actual freaking description and shit on the back, which is actually amazing to see for a rental of Legend of Zelda. Yeah, so we didn't have Legend of Zelda growing up, the original. We borrowed it, and eventually he gave it to us, so here it is. Fucking Legend of fucking Zelda. What else do I need to say about Legend of Zelda, really, though? I mean, it's fucking Legend of Zelda. Everybody knows Legend of Zelda. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright. Whew, I am getting exhausted here, and we still have 2 more stacks to go, my friends. Oh, alright, here we go. We got 2 more stacks. This stack right here is a little shorter. These are the ones that either my cousin had when we were kids and he gave them to me later, or other games that he picked up along the way that he gave me. All these are from him. Let's see what they are. The first one is one of these unlicensed garbage games. This one is called, I don't fucking know how to pronounce that, Praticus Conflict. Yeah, he tried to trade this game in back in the day, and Game Crazy, the one that used to be attached to Hollywood Video, they wouldn't take it. So, there's your, there's your fucking... trivia for the day. Can you trade those into Game Crazy? No. Does Game Crazy exist anymore? No. So it doesn't matter. Alright. Next. Another one of these random games that he picked up later. Actually, I don't think he had this when we were kids. This is The Blues Brothers. I think it's just a platforming game, if I'm not mistaken. It might have some co-op aspects to it. I don't know if I've really played this one much. But, yeah, it's the fucking Blues Brothers. What are you gonna do? It was made by Titus. Huh. It wasn't made by LJN, like I was thinking. Anyway, next we have one that looks all jacked up. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Now, I've never actually played this one. This is one of the ones he did not have when we were growing up. He gave this to me later, so... Adventures of Bayou Billy. Alright, that one's interesting, I guess. Cool. Now, this is one that I thought was a different game until I played it, and I was like, oh, this isn't the game I remember. This is actually... Sorry. This is Tiny Toon Adventures 2... Does it say Wacky Land? Trouble in Wackland? Trouble in Wacky Land. This is not the good Tiny Toon Adventures game. There's a good Tiny Toon Adventures game, which was like a platformer, which is really good. This is not that game. This is like a mini-game collection type of game, and they all kind of suck. I'm not going to lie. This game kind of sucks. I highly recommend Tiny Toon Adventures, but not Tiny Toon Adventures 2. It kind of sucks. Next game, Mickey fucking Mousecapade. Another game that he gave to me later. In fact, he gave this one to me not that long ago. He actually bought this one at a flea market or something. I don't know when the hell he got his hands on this, but he gave this to me. I didn't have it. It's made by Capcom. You'd think it wouldn't be terrible, but guess what, guys? It's a fucking terrible game. There are plenty of videos on YouTube about how terrible it is. So look them up if you want to laugh, because there's some hilarious ones out there. Fucking Mickey Mousecapade. And Mickey has actually been treated pretty well in the video game department, but not on that one. Alright, next we have Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters! This one is actually not too bad. It's not as bad as original Ghostbusters on NES, which is a terrible, terrible game. Everybody's seen the Angry Video Game Nerd video about that, right? He did a whole fucking retrospective and how terrible it is. But this one, not as bad. It's not a great game either, but it's not. It's more of the kind of game you want from Ghostbusters. You're walking around with the fucking proto pack and you're shooting ghosts, like or ghosts and other assorted things. But that's pretty much what you want. It's not an easy game. It's kind of a terrible game, actually. But overall, it's more what you want from a Ghostbusters game, even if it's a terrible game. Alright, so next we have... Oh, this one is one he did not own when we were kids. He gave this one to me because he picked it up later, is X-Men, or The Uncanny X-Men, which is... I don't know why they're the Uncanny X-Men. I just call this game X-Men for NES because that's what it is. Anyway, you only get to choose from 4 characters, and when you play, they are all very... Or is it 4 or is it 6? Okay, maybe it's 6. Maybe it's 6 characters because there's 6 little heads right there. There's 6 little heads right there. I think you can maybe play 6 characters. Anyway, it's a pretty terrible game. It's kind of an action-y beat-em-up type of game, but it's very bad. Very bad. 3 characters can shoot projectiles, and 3 of them kind of punch, and it's very bad. It's like a top-down perspective. It's just ugly and hard to play. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's bad. Alright, another one that I haven't actually played myself. OG Star Wars. Yes, this is original Episode 4 Star Wars for the NES. I've never played this one myself, but I've seen it played. It's a platformer game. It looks like it's pretty damn difficult. Yeah, a lot of these games are ones I do want to play one day and like actually try to beat, or at least, you know, have my own opinions on. But because he gave me Star Wars, he also happened to buy Empire Strikes Back. So there you go. That's the second Star Wars movie. Episode 4 and 5 is what they were called later, but you know, there you go. There is no Return of the Jedi game on NES, so those are the only 2 Star Wars games I know of on the NES. Let's move on to some other movie licensed games. Dick Tracy! Oh yes, Dick Tracy! This is a movie that I had actually not seen when I was younger, but I watched it like a few years back. I watched it. It's actually not a terrible movie. It's very silly and over the top, but it's, you know, it's Dick fucking Tracy. What do you expect from a movie called Dick fucking Tracy? And look at that fucking trench coat, though. So yellow. And as for a game, it sucks. It's not an easy game. You have to do some crazy-ass fucking... I don't even know how to describe it. You just have to do some crazy-ass investigations and shooting and platforming, and oh, God, it sucks. And the driving around in that game is fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible. That's all I can say. It's fucking terrible. Alright, so let's get to some more of the ones I remember as a child that my cousin had. Last Action Hero with fucking Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that's him. Why they made a game on this movie, I'll never know. It's not a good game. Can I just say that now? It's not. I don't even want to talk about it. It's how bad it is. It's how fucking bad it is. It's just not a good game. Okay, Goonies 2. Now this one I don't really remember playing as a kid, but I always saw it on my cousin's shelf of games. It's kind of like an adventure-y type game where you got to go around and find all the kids and save them, and then you escape and beat the game. I mean, that's pretty much the whole game. It's not a bad game from what I've seen. It's just not one I've played much. So yeah, Goonies 2. I don't have a whole lot to say. I mean, it's based on the fucking Goonies movie, which is a good movie. Next up, we have Addams Family Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt. This one I remember very well as a child because it was so weird and awkward, and playing a game that has no music while you're playing it is very weird, I've learned, and this is one of those where you're just kind of walking around doing stuff and there is no music, at least for the majority of the game, I should say. It's not a bad game, it's just really hard to play. I think I only ever saved like a couple of the fucking family members. You have to you're playing as Pugsley, and you go around and you have to find all the family members around the house, and I don't know if I ever found more than one in one playthrough. Definitely not. It's one I definitely would go back to and check out just to see how hard it really is. All right, next up we have. Next up we have. Come on, don't drop it. Little Nemo's Dream Master. It is called Little Nemo's or Little Nemo. Just Little Nemo. Little Nemo Dream Master. This one's actually pretty fun. Most Capcom games on NES are, with the exception of Mickey Mousecapade that I know of. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it other than that. It's pretty fun. I've never beaten it or anything. This is definitely one I would like to go back to as well and try to beat it. I say that about a lot of these, but this is definitely one of those ones near the top. Alright, last but not least, if we have, even with the codes included, because codes matter, we have the Metroid. Yeah, this is not the original cover of Metroid for NES. This is the secondary release of it, which is a way cooler cover, in my opinion. The original cover had that old NES original font and stuff, but this one has a cool shot of Samus on the front, which I really like. Never beat this game as a kid. In fact, I've never actually beaten this game completely. I've gotten to Mother Brain, but I always die. I can't fucking seem to beat her, man. She's like impossible. But anyway, it's Metroid. Everyone knows Metroid. I don't need to explain Metroid. Everyone knows fucking Metroid. Okay, so we got one last stack to go here, guys. I actually have 3 more here that I just realized these are not ones I bought. So let's get through the last 3 that were given to me by a different friend. He gave me all... Well, okay, wait. No, not this first one. Sorry, I take that back. This first one was given to me by a different cousin. It's called Star Force. I think it's just a shmup game. I've never actually played it. I actually got this like a year ago. Yeah. I've never played it, but I think it's a shmup game. Almost forgot about that one. These other 2 were given to me by a friend, though. This one's The Adventures of Rad Gravity. This one actually looks like a pretty cool platformer adventure. I've never played it before, but I've seen some videos of it, and it actually looks really fun and awkward, and maybe even a little difficult. But it looks fun. I might give that one a go one of these days, even though it looks all jacked up with the case and stuff. Or not the case, but the cover. And the other one that's all jacked up with the cover that the same friend gave me is Bad Dudes. A terrible fucking Double Dragon / Contra clone that's just not as good. It's just not as good as either one of those things. Speaking of Contra, I don't have Contra. But yeah, Bad Dudes. Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? I've seen that intro. Alright, I'm getting exhausted here, but we have one last stack to go, and I'm probably going to rapid fire through these, because most of these I haven't played myself. These are ones I bought in the last year or 2, mostly from eBay, some from a flea market, or another one was from a game shop, I think. I won't go too deep into where I bought them. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll at least say eBay, game shop, flea market. I'll at least say that much, because I'm pretty sure I remember where I got each one if I go through it. But most of these I haven't actually played much, so I'll let you know if I've played it or not, and we'll just go that. This will be rapid fire, because this is a long video enough already. So to start this off, we have one that's in a case. I got this on eBay. I'm just going to pop it out of the case because it's a blue case. It's hard to see through. This one will be pretty cool to see. We have Adventures of Lolo. Yeah, I bought this on eBay. I've played it a little bit, but not much. I think I might have rented that one back in the day. I'm not sure. I've seen the game played, so I know what it is. But I definitely haven't played it much. Alright, next we have original OG Final Fantasy. Yes, I bought this on eBay as well. I actually got a pretty good deal on it. It came with the book. I should keep my booklets here too. I have booklets for a lot of these games. But yeah, OG Final Fantasy, dude. Everyone knows that. Come on, I don't even need to talk about it, do I? Do I? It's fucking awesome. I'm just glad I have it. Alright, next we have Burger Time. Another game I have played. I got this on eBay as well. A lot of the stuff I got on eBay, I got on like as a collection, like a set of games. This one I definitely got in a set of games. Yeah, Burger Time. It's Burger Time. It's a puzzle game. I've played it. Next we have Willow, which is another movie licensed game. I've never played it myself. I've actually watched a Let's Play of it, and I got it on eBay. I bought it by itself. Simple as that. It's like a very Legend of Zelda type of game, if you're wondering. Next up we have Mega Man 3. Yes, I know. As much as I love Mega Man, I've talked about how it's one of my favorite series. I didn't own any other Mega Man games on NES until in the last year or two. I bought Mega Man 3 finally, which is arguably one of the best, if not the best. A lot of people would say it's either 2 or 3. I still maintain 2, but 3 is also a really great game. I'd say it's way harder than Mega Man 2 as well. Yeah, I bought that on eBay. Good times, good times. Next up we have Excite Bike, another game I picked up on eBay. I actually really have played a lot of this already, whether it be on NES or like on Animal Crossing, something like that. Excite Bike's really fun. Yeah, simple game, drive a bike, go through some courses, easy peasy. Next up we have Adventure Island 2. Wait, what? Why do we... Okay, well, apparently I put Adventure Island 2 on top of Adventure Island. Anyway, Adventure Island 2, I bought this on eBay. Very hard platforming game, haven't played it much yet. Nor have I played Adventure Island 1, which is what this is. I don't know why I put them out of order, that was dumb of me. Also bought this on eBay. Both of them looked like really fun platformers, and yeah. Now I had Adventures of Lolo 1, here's Adventures of Lolo 2. Yeah, case is a little dirty and stuff. I gotta go through these cases and just kind of clean them off. But anyway, got it on eBay, haven't played it yet. Moving on. Next up we have Winter Games, which is supposedly made by the same guys who made California Games. But it's 1,000 times more terrible. At least Summer Games is playable. Winter Games is unplayable. It is garbage. It is absurdly garbage. Got this from a game shop for like $1. So I was like, NES game that I don't have, buy it for $1. Why not? I knew it was terrible when I was buying it, so don't even worry about it. All right, next up we have Fist of the North Star. Very anime style game. Haven't played it yet. Got it on eBay. Moving on. Next up we have Joe's. Whoa, losing it. Joe's, which is another movie licensed game for NES. It's kind of like almost like an RPG. You go back and forth in the water, and you do some little action sequences where you shoot some fish and some other sea creatures and stuff, and then you have to get strong enough to be Jaws, and that's the whole game. You basically level up to get strong enough to be Jaws. That's the whole game. That's Jaws. Haven't played it though. I've only seen it played. Next up we have Rad Racer. Everyone's got to have Rad Racer. Yeah, I just bought it because I didn't have it. I don't know if I ever played it back in the day when I was a kid, like ever on like renting it or something. Never played it before, I don't think. Definitely seen it played, but never played it myself. Rad fucking Racer. Bought it on. I got it as a part of a collection on eBay. Next up we have Batman Returns, based on the second Batman movie by Tim Burton. I actually haven't played this one yet, so I don't know what to even say about it, other than I got it on eBay. Haven't played it yet. Next up we have Donkey Kong Classics. Oh, this actually has 2 games. Okay, sorry, I thought it was just original Donkey Kong, but no, it actually has Donkey Kong Jr. on as well. Haven't played it yet since I bought it, but everyone's played Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., right? I've played both of those games before. Never played them on this collection, though. Got it on eBay. Moving on. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We have 3 left. Next up, we have Hydlide. Everyone knows Hydlide, right? Now, look, I got it for $3. Actually, I got it for cheaper than that. That's just what he had it marked as. I think he was selling like 2 for $3, so I bought 2 of them. I think that's... In fact, that's what I got Hydlide. I got Hydlide and Winter Games at the same time. It was $3 for 2, and I got Hydlide and Winter Games. So it was $1.50 I paid for Winter Games. Yeah, Hydlide. It's I think it's like a platforming action game. I don't know. I've seen a AVGN do a review on it. I don't know. I was just buying games because it's fucking cheap as shit. That's why. Next up, we have Strider, which has stickers for days on it. I was going to try and get those stickers off. One day I still might. Anyway, this is one of those cool NES games that I always wanted to play. I never played it before. I still haven't played it. Yeah, Strider by Capcom. Good times. Good times. I got on eBay. Did I say that? I think I said that. Last but not least, we have Cobra Triangle. Last but not least, yes. Why that's last, I don't know. I obviously did not organize this stack to be in order of importance. Otherwise, I probably would have put Final Fantasy at the bottom. Anyways, Cobra Triangle. I haven't played this much yet either. I've also seen somebody play it. It's kind of like a... I don't know, it's like a hybrid racing / action game where you're like going around in a boat and shooting stuff, but you're also going through like racing stages and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of a mixed bag. It's not a very long game from what I've seen. It's definitely one I'd consider playing if I could get some practice in at it. But anyways, that's weird, right? We're done, guys. There's all of my NES games. Holy crap. Jesus Christ. I have to put the slipcovers back on a lot of them. I didn't even bother to put it back on a lot of these. Whew, that was a long video. I'm sorry that it was so long, but also it was expected once I realized how many NES games I had. I didn't actually count, but I'm thinking this is over 70 games, which is by and large my highest, biggest, most quantity of video games in one collection. And I don't think any video will be as long as this because none of them are this big. This is my biggest collection, I think, very easily. Yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say, guys. I've said enough. This video has been long enough. I'm just going to call that a wrap here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next time we'll do some other collection that I have, and it won't take anywhere near as long as this because holy crap. And look, Dickie's Cup, it made another appearance every time. See you guys next time. Peace.